Hi friends, Starry, and another end of the season garden tip. And this one is about tomatoes. You know, August, September, October, November, we still really want to eke out as much as we can out of our garden, right? And tomatoes, since they really are pretty hardy and they can withstand a little bit of cold, they really do seem to hang on and give us hope that we could still harvest them by the time the end of September and October rolls around. But sometimes we are just scratching our head thinking, you know what, the frost is coming and these babies just aren't turning red. They're green. So what do we do with green tomatoes in the garden? Well, my trick is, and I'm doing it right now, is to cut down the tomato plant. What's going to happen when you cut down your tomato plant, all the energy will go back into the fruit, the tomato, and help it ripen up just like that. Now right now you see I have a jungle and I'm running out of time because as September rolls in and October rolls in this valley it gets very cool very fast, and I would imagine the frost is going to come and that's going to be the end of my tomato season. So before it gets to that point, I'm out here in the garden cutting down my tomato plants so that all those useless vines that don't belong on the tomato plant will be just simply cut off, and then all the energy is going to go right back into that tomato plant and make it nice and red and ripe, and then we can actually eat it, can it, make salsa, make soups, you know, do a whole bunch of wonderful things. Plus we get the most bang for our buck in our garden. So don't be scratching your head about, oh no, my tomatoes are green and it's getting cold. What am I going to do? Just pick them off the vine and bring them inside and put them on some newspaper. No, you don't have to do that. The longer you can keep them on the vine, the better off you are going to be. Let your plants nourish your fruit. All right, so let's get cutting. When you start cutting, it's really not rocket science. You know, keep it simple. I know you've got flowers over there, but we don't care about those flowers anymore. We care about that tomato right there. So just snip it off. Snip off anything that doesn't belong. Wherever that main stem is going into, and if there's anything hanging off of that main stem, you're going to want to cut it off. Don't be shy about it. Just cut it off. And sometimes, like my garden, it's a maze. But here you go, there's all of that, which is useless. And I want all that energy to go right into that tomato. So that goes into the compost. Same with all these suckers. And if you haven't already taken your suckers and put them in a jar for propagation, now is a great time to be doing that. Maria's really not much help right now. But he's still out in the garden. He's doing his rounds. He's just doing his garden rounds right now. And I'll show you, here's one vine. Just one vine, and it's got lots of tomatoes on it, but there's a lot going all the way to the end, and I don't want that going all the way to the end, plus little suckers coming off there. You need to trim it all down. Don't be shy. You want that vine to be free and clear of anything that doesn't belong. And look at how clean it is. That's what it needs to look like. And here's another jungle, and you just simply, like, you know, there's some that you're not going to save. So just snip them. Here's a long one. I don't need this long one. I'm going to follow it all the way to where the last tomatoes are, and off it goes. Off it goes. These will keep on, but all this extra energy, cut it off right at the last bit of that fruit. Now, as you can see, my tomatoes are beginning to ripen because I cut all of them back. This used to be a jungle. Well, it's not a jungle anymore.